What is up, my friends, and you are very welcome along to our last preview of this season, our last set of predictions ahead of the Reds' final game of this campaign against Southampton at St Mary's. Of course, we will be live for a watch along at the weekend starting about an hour before kickoff, and I hope that you guys can come and join us. In fact, it's going to be the last Liverpool watch along we do over on Twitch before we move all of our watch alongs back to YouTube. So it's going to be an emotional afternoon, and I hope you guys can come across and join us. Now, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without our sponsors, and as you can see and as you've seen most of the way throughout the season, we have been proudly brought to you with thanks to our friends at Circl. You know them as the football sweepstakes game. You know this ad read just as good as I do at this point, but I also want to draw your attention to their brand new game that launched in the last month or so, 5 Match Millions, where you can pick 5 fixtures and 5 numbers for your chance to win £1 million. That is right, £1 million. If you would like to play along with us, what do you need to know? Well, you need to be a UK resident, you need to be aware that it is a gambling product, and of course we urge you to always gamble responsibly, and you need to be aware that you need to be aged 18 or over as well. If you would like to play along with us and you want to get yourself £5 in free bets when you deposit and place your first £5 in bets using our referral code anfieldagenda, all one word, scan that QR code in the top right hand corner of the video or use the link in the description and our friends at Circl will make sure you are sorted. Right, you know the drill by now, my friends. I'm going to go through, give you my score prediction, give you my starting 11 prediction and my thoughts ahead of this game. It's going to be a weird one, right, because we've kind of got nothing to play for. Our place is pretty much confirmed in the Europa League. In fact, it is confirmed. There's a slight possibility we could fall down a place in the league table, but we're in the Europa League. That's where we are. Now look, I know that I'm recording this, full disclosure, before Manchester United play. So unless a miracle happens and they get beaten by Chelsea and really shit the bed on the last day, we're in the Europa League. If there's any updates on that, I will be sure to give them to you. But I'm going to go through, give you my score prediction and my predicted 11 now. I'm unsure of what to expect from Southampton. Will they come and put up a fight? Will they try to go out with a bang at the end of the season? Usually these end of season games are high scoring affairs. Usually they're quite open. I think Southampton will come and have a go early doors, try to get the fans back on side as they leave the Premier League and head for the Championship. But also, I want us to say goodbye to some of our boys, and you'll see with my team selection that there's one particular gentleman that I put in that you're probably going to disagree with, but I've put him in for vibes. I've put him in because he deserves a send-off. And who is it? You'll have to wait and see. But before I do, let's start off with the score prediction, my friends. And what I've gone for is a 3-1 victory to the Reds. I was going to go 4-2 because, as I said, these games can often be high-scoring, crazy end-of-season affairs. But I'll go with 3-1. Alisson, I think, will be Liverpool's player of the season as well, and rightly so. So let's start off with the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. No surprises. Alisson Becker in goal, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate are the 2 centre-back choices for every game, unless we bring in somebody who can push them. But right now, they're the 2 choices for me. In the full-back positions, have I made any changes to them? No, of course not. It's potentially Real Madrid bound Andy Robertson at left back, and relax, I'm semi-joking. They are putting him on their list of potential targets, but there's no way Liverpool are going to sell him. But it is always nice when somebody wants one of your players, particularly a club as prestigious as Real Madrid, but you ain't getting him. Trent, of course, on the right side. And will this be the last time we say this? Will this be Trent's swan song at right back? Will Jurgen Klopp move him fully into midfield next season? I guess we'll find that out over pre-season. But right now, for one last time anyway, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. And as we move into midfield, well, this is where I've started to shake it up a little bit, particularly with one area. So don't hate me, let me explain my thinking. Fabinho in the 6 because that's his best position and because he's the best player we have available in that position right now. Curtis Jones, I believe, deserves to keep his place on the left because he's been magnificent. And look, if we're being honest, right side, it could have been Cody Gakpo maybe, and we put Darwin in if he's fit up top, but it's James Milner's last game with the club. Let's play him. Let's give him a send-off. Because Sunday, yes, Jimmy was out there on the pitch, as was Alex and as was Naby, but it was all about Bobby. Let's make this about Jimmy. Let's send Jimmy Milner off as captain of Liverpool Football Club for this last game and give him the send-off he deserves. If it was a game that had a Champions League place riding on it or something like that, maybe I'd look differently. But right now, let's give him the send-off he deserves and play James Milner on the right side of midfield with Curtis Jones on the left and, of course, Fabinho in the 6. Are you with me? I hope you're still with me. At least I hope you understand where my thoughts are on this one. It's right to give the man a great send-off because He is without a doubt the best free signing Liverpool Football Club have ever made, and probably potentially one of the best free signings in the Premier League. And look, we've had our ups and downs with Jimmy. Some of us feel like he's maybe stayed a little bit too long, but ultimately he is a role model, he is an example to any youngster, and he's a credit to himself, to his profession, to the Premier League, and of course to our wonderful football club. So let's send Jimmy off with a big pat on the back and thank you for a job well done. Maybe even a goal, who knows. Now we move into the difficult part of the pitch to really pick. Who do I go with? The one I struggled the most here was on the left side of attack. Obviously on the right side we know what's going to be, but this is what I've ended up going with. Diaz on the left and Salah on the right. And I say this without much confidence of Diaz's form lately. He's been not great, mixed bag since he's come back from injury, and that's okay. It's understandable. As I said before, some players come back and they're ready to go straight from minute one. Others are a little bit up and down with coming back after so long out. So I want to play him and try and at least get him a goal or some confidence before the season ends. And I think Darwin coming off the bench will probably give us some options if he's fit as well. And certainly maybe Bobby gets a swan song. Maybe he pinches a goal coming on as a substitute. But for me, Diaz on the left, Mohamed Salah on the right. And that means, of course, Cody Gakpo through the centre. For me, it's his shirt. I'm saying this every week, but Cody Gakpo right now I think is the best option that we have through the centre. He understands it. He gets it. He knows what the Premier League's about. He knows the system really well. And I've been absolutely blown away with how quickly that he settled into this Liverpool squad and to life in the Premier League. Actually, I'm really excited about what may come from Cody Gakpo. He's an incredibly gifted footballer. Great touch for a big man. Great feet as well. And has a knack of scoring goals. So that is my 11. Alisson Becker in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Andy Robertson at left back. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate in the centre back positions. Fabinho, Curtis Jones and James Milner for one last time on the right hand side of midfield. Lucho up on the left, Gakpo to the centre, Mohamed Salah on the right. With regards to Southampton, because I think it's only right we have a little word on them before we finish up, they've been a credit to the club, to the league, and I'm genuinely saddened to see them getting relegated. They've always had a great academy, they've always looked to play football in the right way, and they're a club that I've always kind of had a soft spot for, if I'm being really honest. Yes, we've pinched loads of their players over the years, Lallana, Lovren, Van Dijk, probably others, Kleiny if my memory's right as well actually, but I'm sad to see them go down. I hope they can bounce right back up because, you know, as I said, they're a club I have a lot of time for. They're a club that have always looked to do things in the right way, live within their means, and it's really sad. I'm sad to see Gavin Bazunu get a move to a Premier League club and then get relegated, but let's see if they bounce back up, you know. I think if they come up, they'll get it right again and they'll stay up. But we are expecting a great playoff on Saturday. And actually, if you want to join me for the playoff, we will be doing a watch-along of it on Twitch between Cardiff and Luton. And the idea of Cardiff and Luton coming back to the Premier League, or one of them coming back, makes me feel very old. Because I'm old enough to remember them being top-flight clubs. But look, it's over to you, my friends. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Let me know your score predictions. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Circl. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. So look, I'm going to head off now and I will chat to you guys really soon. Much love. Bye-bye.